It's not hard to figure out why Gladys Knight is known as the Empress of Soul. Her list of accolades stretches from here to Georgia and includes 10 #1 hits, 7 Grammys, and she recorded the title track for the 1989 James Bond film Licence to Kill. She also teamed up with her famous friends Elton, Stevie and Dion. It's been over 20 years since this soul sister has been on our shores, and we're just a little excited to have her back.
Would you please welcome the fabulous Gladys Knight? Now, Gladys, I've never been in the presence of an empress before. Are there some protocols that we should be observing? Are we not allowed to look you in the eye or something?
Absolutely not.
There's so much we want to talk to you about, so we're going to get straight into it. When we were researching you today, your amazing song, Midnight Train to Georgia, I only read today that it was originally called, and correct me if I'm wrong, Midnight Plane to Houston.
Right.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about my friends in Houston, but I couldn't do that. That didn't sound right, Midnight Plane to Houston.
No, I can't know, it doesn't at all.
You know, plus I didn't like flying that much. And I rode the train most of the time when I was young, going to different concerts and stuff. And I felt more comfortable with that. So I talked to Jim. Jim Weatherly wrote this song. Most of my hits, you may not know, are country songs. I like country music because they're telling real bare stories, you know? And so I asked him if we could do it that way. And he said, of course, do whatever you want to do with it. And so it became Midnight Train to Georgia. And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. And that's where I first got on the train and everything.
So it actually means, even though you didn't write it, it means something to you because of that small little change.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't do a song if I don't believe it. Or if I don't feel it, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what I like doing with my music.
Well, speaking of feeling it, we're coming up to Super Bowl time next week, and you sang the national anthem last year and nailed it. Let's just have a little listen.
Damn.
Whoa! I tell you what, when you hit a note, it stays hit. But not everybody nails the national anthem at Super Bowl, as we know. We won't name names.
Unless you want to name names.
What's the trick to not being nervous in a moment like that?
Well, I just put myself in your company. You know, I love people. And I have no things about it, you know, let's just get in it together kind of thing. And the only thing that disturbed me just a little bit, because as you know, Colin Kaepernick was going through his stuff at the time, and I did have people coming to me saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Well, so what are you talking about, you know? We're talking about the national anthem. This is my country, and I love it, you know, so I'm singing the national anthem. And that's how we ended up doing that. And a young man that I trained from a young boy that used to play with me when I'm telling my age, ain't I?
You're ageless, Gladys.
You're ageless. You look 30 years younger than me, so you're a fine Gladys Knight.
But no, you know, I had an awesome little band, young people coming on board with Ben, who was my musical director. And the way that they did things and stuff like that, now he's a grown man, he has his own wife, his own kids. And he called me and said, you got to do this with me. I hadn't seen him in a while. Ricky Minor. And and so he did this thing for me, this way that it's done. And that's how we did it. And I said, okay.
Okay, you absolutely smashed it. It was amazing.
Well, thank you.
To see you do that. And another thing you did was the Bond theme. I'm obsessed with Bond themes.
Yeah.
Billie
Oh,
Eilish
yeah.
is doing it this year, and you of course did License to Kill.
Yes.
What's the process with that? Do they is the song handed to you, or do they say go off and come up with a song? How do they do it?
No, they called the office of my
Office of
manager.
Gladys Knight,
Yeah. They did, and they wanted to know ask my manager if it was, something I would like to do. I said, of course I would love to do that. I watch all the movies. That's my thing. And so I went ahead and I did it. I didn't know them as well at that time. And my only thing was I didn't like the gun thing.
Ah.
And promoting it, the way they had the picture set up, I was supposed to have the gun, one of them, I said, give it to James. Let him hold it.
Very, very
Really,
good decision.
so if you'll notice in the thing, he's the one that has the gun.
That's right.
And I just stood up there and sung about it.
Which is what you do.
That's what I do,
We're so glad that you do. And Gladys is touring Australia in February. For all the info, you can head to our website. Would you please thank the incomparable Gladys Knight?